This used to be a wedding dress. I saved these scraps from the landfill, and today I'm stitching them into something completely unexpected, a dreamy, one-of-a-kind crossbody bag. I thrifted the hardware, pieced together a crazy quilt of silky fabrics and lace, and now I'm turning bridal leftovers into something you can wear every day. Because your dream dress, it doesn't have to live in a closet forever. And the best part, I'm giving you the free pattern so you can sew one too and help dresses live on, one beautiful bag at a time. Let's get started. I dug through my bin of hem scraps and I sought out somewhat coordinating colors, a little bit of variation in there, but you could make this all from one dress and gift this to a bride. So there's two different ways you can do it. You can also do this with colorful fabric. It doesn't have to be a wedding dress. And then I also went by my local Goodwill and I dug through some of I think some of these are like travel makeup pouches or change purses. I did find this one bag super cheap, had lots of hardware on it, and that's what I bought it for. All of these bags, I just kept hardware in mind, so I was able to harvest the zippers, the D-rings, and the strap off of that bag. It was even not hardly used. It still had the plastic wrap along the zipper pulls, so it was in really good condition in terms of the surface of the metals. It did, however, smell really bad. So I threw the handbag portion away and I cleaned up the straps and the smell was left behind. So that was wonderful. I just picked the zippers apart and reused them for my bag. This way I got all kinds of coordinating hardware without having to buy it all separately. Saved me a ton of money, and it also saved some waste. Here I'm just giving my stack of scraps a quick press, and I'm thinking about that hand-stitched quilt that I got from Goodwill that was only $10. Ugh, what a dream, right? So next we're heading to the machine. I'm plugging in this little bitty iron. I've got this little ironing spot set up here. That's a tailor's ham. And I don't always keep that set up by my machine, but it would be nice to be able to kind of press some of these seams open as I join them, because we're doing what's usually called kind of like a crazy quilt technique, where we're just sewing scraps together. Whatever straight edges we can, we get them together. And once you get it wide enough for the pattern piece, you just sew another batch of sewn together pieces to it. And those, when you join the two larger groups of patches together, you can go on the diagonal then. So it makes these really cool geometrical lines in your final piece. But you do often want to be pressing as you sew. So instead of running back and forth to the big iron, I just use the little iron by my machine. And I'm not looking for perfection here, just trying to get some of the bumps out of it to make sure it's laying flat enough. And then I go to the big machine once these larger pieces are made. So again, my goal was just to make them big enough for the pattern pieces. This is some fusible interfacing. You can use medium, light, heavy. This is a little more on the medium heavy side. So I fused it to one of those patches, and then I'm going to cut around it, and I do that for all of the pieces. Now I'm going to applique some lace, just some beautiful scrap pieces. I used some glitter tulle, and I do have videos on how to do this applique work. It's not hard. I have lots of videos on it, so definitely check out my channel. And then I did go around the edges of each of these pieces just to sew the interfacing to the fabric. Then I had to close up my shop because my daughter wanted to take a little day trip. Here we are at the beach, the perfect place to do all these thousands of little hand stitches that I have to do. I know I told you in the title we're doing some hand stitching. So I have a nice long, strong needle. And I did a lot of my, oh, sorry, I did have some seafood pizza while I was working. But I did these stitches almost like in a topography kind of design. So they kind of like move out concentrically away from the lace patterns, and they just add a lot of texture. But as you can see, I was still keeping it fairly monochromatic. Now it's time for the beadwork. And remember, you can do yours just as bright and colorful as you want. I decided I thought a little bit of pink and green would look pretty with this, but I'm still staying very, very neutral in my colors. I'm doing lots of different little beading techniques and getting different variations of height in the beads. Now it's time to sew it all together. And you may have a preference in the order that you sew these, but I started with the zippers being sewn to the gussets, and then I sewed it. This is the smaller outer pocket. I sewed the outside of that around the zipper, and I did do a little box pleat at the bottom, and I did little gathers at the corners. That way it's nice and puffy, and there's room to really stuff extra things in there. And you can see I fast forwarded through that. It's pretty fussy. I did find marking the corners of the fabric help a lot to keep it aligned. And also you're going to want to heat seal the edges or serge them or line the bag. You can always cut out extra pattern pieces to line it. Now this is me turning it right side out. Again, I sewed in the zippers and then sewed that to the other gusset piece and then sewed that to the face of each pocket and then did the back part of it. So I worked my way out like that. And don't make the mistake I made. I sewed those loops for the D-ring. I sewed them in without attaching the D-ring. So this is me turning it right side out, kind of viewing, checking to see what things do I need to correct. And that was definitely something standing out to me. This little pocket, it's a little small for a phone, but it would be great for chapstick. Am I right? So here's the final result of this more bridal beachy style bag. And I think it's so fitting that I went to the beach to do the hand stitches. Now, if you want this pattern, I can email it to you. Just head over to sparklesewingcottage.com/crossbody bag request. And I'm going to link to that in the pinned comment and also in the video description. I did make this with the 2 loops with the D-rings so that you could wear the bag either direction. Let me know what you think. Are you going to try this project?